words to me. Can't you help me as I'm starting to burn low? Too many doses and I'm starting to get an attraction. My confidence is leaving me on my own. No one can save me and you know I don't want the attention. As I adjust to my new sights, the rarely tired lights will take me to new heights. My hand is on the trigger, I'm ready to ignite. Tomorrow might not make it, but everything's alright. Mental fiction, follow me. Show me what it's like to be set free. Can't you help me as I'm starting to burn low? Too many doses and I'm starting to get an attraction. My confidence is leaving me on my own. No one can save me and you know I don't want the attention. So sorry, you're not here. If this ain't too long, my vision's so unclear. Now take a trip with me, but don't be surprised when things are what they seem. Caught here in a fiery blaze, won't lose my will to stay. These eyes won't see the same after I flip today. Sometimes I don't know why we rather live than die. We look up towards the sky for answers to our lives. We make it some solutions, but most just pass us by. Don't want your absolution, cause I can't make it right. I'll make a beast out of myself. Yes, rid of all the pain to being a man. Can't you help me as I'm starting to burn low? Too many doses and I'm starting to get an attraction. My confidence is leaving me on my own. No one can save me and you know I don't want the attention. So sorry, you're not here. If this ain't too long, my vision's so unclear. Now take a trip with me, but don't be surprised when things are what they seem. I've known it from the start. All these good ideas will tear your brain apart. Scared, but you can follow me. I'm too weird to live, but much too rare to die. Feelings you see are so hard to believe. All the chaos I have in my heart. Devils I make and the love can't relate. All the solace inside tears me up. Take me away, set me on fire. There's no other way. Give me a reason, cause I got nothing to gain. So what are we doing now? Feeling complacent, I cannot be contained. I'm so lost and lonely now. Weaving deceits is so easy for me, cause the loathing I've had from the start. Evil disease, all the hatred it breeds, as I'm down on my knees, torn apart. Take me away, set me on fire. There's no other way. Sink or live.
Get tickets as low as 130 TAR. You might also like Paranoid and Aroused, Korn, Down Bad, Taylor Swift, The Alchemy, Taylor Swift.
Give me a reason, cause I got nothing to gain. So what are we doing now? Feeling complacent, I cannot be contained. I'm so lost and lonely now. Where do I run? Where do I hide? Give me a reason. Sometimes I feel like I don't have a partner. Sometimes I feel like my only friend is the city I live in, the city of angels. Lonely as I am, together we cry. I drive on her streets cause she's my companion. I walk through her hills cause she knows who I am. She sees my good deeds and she kisses me windy. Well, I never worry, now that is a lie. I don't ever wanna feel like I did that day. Take me to the place I love, take me all the way. I don't ever wanna feel like I did that day. Take me to the place I love, take me all the way. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's hard to believe that there's nobody out there. It's hard to believe that I'm all alone. At least I have her love, the city she loves me. Lonely as I am, together we cry. I don't ever wanna feel like I did that day. Take me to the place I love, take me all the way. I don't ever wanna feel like I did that day. Take me to the place I love, take me all the way. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh no, 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 yeah, yeah. Love me, I say yeah, yeah. One time. Bridge downtown is where I drew some blood. The bridge downtown, I could not get enough. Under the bridge downtown, forgot about my love. The bridge downtown, I gave my life away, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh no, 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 yeah, yeah. Oh wait, oh no, I said yeah, yeah. Oh wait, where I stay. So close, no matter how far. Couldn't be much more from the heart. Forever trusting who we are, and nothing else matters. Never opened myself this way. Life is ours, we live it our way. All these words I don't just say, and nothing else matters. Trust I seek and I find in you. Every day for us something new. Open mind for a different view, and nothing else matters. Never cared for what they do. Never cared for what they know. But I know, so close no matter how far. It couldn't be much more from the heart. Forever trusting who we are, and nothing else matters.
This is XboxEra. We're an independent, community-funded publication focused on providing the best coverage and discussion of your favourite platform, Xbox. With best-in-class forums, a kick-ass Discord server, and awesome merch, XboxEra.com is your destination for the best news, reviews, and features focused on what you care about. With shows like the Xbox Era podcast, headlines, and a whole heap of Patreon-exclusive content, we're proud to be an independent publication completely funded by you. If you value having an outlet truly focused on your preferred place to play, you can become one of the cool kids by supporting us directly via Patreon. Just head to patreon.com/XboxEra. You get cool swag and awesome perks, and we get to keep doing what we do. Become a part of the best Xbox community on the internet and help help us grow even larger. Thank you for your support. Everything XboxEra does is only made possible by the growing army of incredible Patreon supporters. Our MVPs and executive producers are all incredible people, but even more so are our grand benefactors, Croat56, Assassin, and Kevin S. All of this under the watchful eye of our lovely and benevolent CEO, Torn Raptor. If you want to become part of one of the best communities on the internet, head to patreon.com/XboxEra, where your patronage can help keep us alive for another month. Hello, friends, and welcome to another rip-roaring episode of XboxEra Headlines. The date today is July the 1st, 2025, and today Jesse and I are here to talk about all of the latest in gaming news from across this crazy industry. As a bonus for our wonderful patrons, we make audio versions of these episodes available for them to listen to in their preferred podcast app. But if you're on Spotify, you can link your Patreon account and listen to it right there instead. Isn't that lovely? If you want to become a Patreon legend, like a lot of these folks watching right now, or if you're listening, head to patreon.com/XboxEra, because genuinely, for less nowadays in the economy, less than a cup of coffee, you can keep us alive month on month, which is, kind of useful for us. Hello, everybody in the chat. Terran, who's a member for 6 months and is definitely not on my list of bad people, says Happy Canada Day. Indeed, Happy Canada Day to all of our friendly Canadian neighbours. You know, part of the Empire. Appreciate you. Sorry about your cousins next door. Awkward, isn't it? It's good to see everyone. It's good to see everyone on this wonderful Tuesday. How are you, Jesse?
I'm doing good, Daddy. How are you?
No.
Hello, I'm doing great. How are you?
It's too hot for that kind of nonsense, mate. It's too hot. I don't know if anybody's watching here from the UK, but it is like a crazy 34 degrees centigrade here. And I know, like, annoying people like Nick would be like, it's not hot, bro. Like,
Oh, that sounds amazing. I want to die in a fiery ball of heat.
Yeah, it is warm.
Wow.
Yeah, it is warm. Too warm, one might say. Get to watch all the ants' nests blow up. I don't know. Do you get that? Did you get that in Florida?
No.
That's a UK thing. Is that a UK thing? Help me
Maybe.
out here, international people.
I think it's because we don't really have as much. It's a different. Depends on your
Different
dirt
kind of ant,
and all that type of
maybe.
stuff. Oh, we have every bug on the planet's in Florida.
Yeah, we just get a thing. All the ants burst out of the ground and go flying. All the seagulls come in, eat them up. Yeah, this is a video game show, by the way. We're here. It's sunny. It's bright and beautiful outside. And as of today, we haven't seen any crazy, awful firings yet.
No,
it's gonna be tomorrow.
Yeah. So chances are Thursday's episode shifts to late tomorrow
as we react live.
As we break down all the terrible upcoming firing news before this. A few weeks later, amazing financial results where they're making more money than ever. Look.
Anyway, have we got some? Yeah. Andrew Seeley Bell has just become an XboxEra supporter on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome to the Cool Kids Club. Friendly reminder for anyone that is on Patreon or is a YouTube member, if you head to discord.gg/XboxEra, you get access to the Patreon lounge and YouTube member lounge, where you can kind of hang out with all the other cool kids. So get in there while the getting's good. Now, before we get stuck into the news.
This thing?
What thing?
Thing right above me on the stream.
I wanted to do some housekeeping. That can be the first thing. What's going on, Jesse? Another subathon? What?
Yeah, so we're getting more and more invites to Gamescom. I just keep forwarding them to John because I'm getting like 2 or 3 a day, which is crazy because we didn't start getting them until like 2 weeks from now last year. So it seems like there's going to be a lot at Gamescom, and we'd like to go and don't have any money. So if you can, that road to Gamescom down there, that is our full goal for actually going there, paying for the flights, paying for the Airbnb, all these fun things. Anything anyone can do to help, the link is right in chat. It's in the description. I'll even throw it over on the PayPal. Anything you can or can't. If you can't do it, just hang around, watch ads, and let them play on the website. Though supposedly telling people to go to the website is against Google rules, which someone tried to tell me on Reddit. I'm like,
Reddit don't know nothing.
Telling people to click ads, even if they're not interested, might be against the terms of service. But just go to the website and let things play would be really weird to be against terms of service. But here's the link in the PayPal chat. It's already pinned in the YouTube chat. Anything anyone could donate would go a very long way towards helping us be able to actually go to Gamescom to get all this coverage for you.
Please. There's so much stuff.
And we'll be doing...
There's so much stuff to do.
Yeah, a big old long boy 11 to 12 hour subathon stream next Friday, July 11th, starting at noon John's time, 7 a.m. my time, and going through. And if it's going great and people are still having fun and we're still pulling in some Jake, then maybe we just make a part 2 and keep going even longer.
Oh my God. I've just got another one of Gamescom, funnily enough.
Yep.
One that I, okay, cool. Let's figure this out.
Mm-hmm.
Big thank you to everybody that has supported us. And it is awesome. Now, other breaking news. This is the important one. I want to get dramatic now because this is a big deal. I don't know if anybody's heard this before. Have we got some dramatic music on the deck? Like, dun, 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 dun. Some sort of like.
No, not that.
It's not dramatic enough. I need serious music. Yeah, that sounds serious. This just in, Xbox is still dead.
Shit.
Don't know if you missed the news. It died 20 years ago, maybe. It died in 2013. Died again in 2017. It died in 2022. And if you're just joining us now, it is dead once again, 2025. Absolutely. We tried life support, but someone unplugged the machine. It's over. It's over. So if you're an Xbox fan, sorry if you missed the headlines, if you missed the news, it's dead. Xbox is dead. That's the news.
Funnily enough, guess what Nick messaged me last night?
Xbox is dead.
At least we have Xbox is dead to talk about. I'm like, man.
Oh, man.
Also, the Xbox One was a far better overall platform than the Xbox Series. And I'm like, if you actually go back and play the Xbox One, I know he glazes the launch lineup for it, and he loved HDMI in and Connect. Like, HDMI in, Connect, and Snap were her main reasons, saying the entire platform's better. I'm like,
he doesn't play any games.
It doesn't.
But anyway, yeah, Xbox is dead. If you're wondering why it's dead, it's because someone that used to work for Xbox said some stuff, and all of the world's news outlets went, "Oh, let's report on that."
There's nothing going on.
We're back again. Yeah, there's nothing new. Nothing.
It was the top story, like in the top story today slot. It was the top number one on everything. So,
it cracks
but
me
also,
up. I
was gonna say, if you go through that person's channel and you hit up maybe their Dragon Age or their Conquered coverage, you get a lot of dog whistles that, pretty rough. Uh-oh.
Oh.
Did I get a press release I got a press release from Rockstar. Red Dead Online, Strange Tales of the West, Volume 1. Are they bringing back? Oh, they're doing Red Dead Online shit? They have not touched Red Dead Online for like this that I can remember for a long time.
I think it's probably because we only recently had some chats with Rockstar.
True, but I don't remember them doing Red Dead Online stuff. It's been GTA 5 online nonstop. I'll forward it to context for everyone. It has a zip folder of assets.
I'm sorry, by the way, chat, if anyone feels a little bit upset to learn this news of a dear loved one passing away. Yeah, I know, right? You might have been playing loads of games. You might have been like enjoying it with your thing. You might have played Avowed and South at Midnight and Flight Sim and
or been like most people and just played Minecraft, Call of Duty, and Fortnite.
Yeah, all those, on your Xbox, but just unplug it because it is actually dead. You just don't need it anymore. It's unnecessary. Yeah, that's been the news. Let's talk about some serious news now, and not this hilariousness. Halo. Let's talk about Halo.
Oh,
always like being able to talk about Halo. Public apology. Ursel, you were right. and I was wrong. They have come out, Halo Studios, and publicly said, Ursula and I had a little conversation. I was like, nah, they won't tease a new Halo game at HCS. Like, they won't do that. Halo's a big boy. Nah, this shows the state of where Halo's at, right?
Wow,
No,
you got to take your pathetic wins wherever you can, John.
I'm kidding. Yeah, Halo Studios have come out and said Halo fans should not miss HCS. If you recall, they revealed, New Dawn, their rebranding of the studio and the switch to Unreal HCS finals last year. Ursula was there in the audience. He filmed the reactions. There's actually a lovely reaction video on our YouTube channel if you get a buzz from
where a lot of the comments are like,
going,
stop moving the camera, bro. I'm like, Jesus fucking Christ, it's about a crowd reaction, so he showed the crowd.
Yeah. So that's cool. And yeah, they've said that we're going to be sharing a little more about what we've been working on this October in Seattle. I won't be able to be there, but hopefully Ursula will.
He's hoping to be.
But that's cool. That's cool. The question is what is it? And there's all tons of chat.
They had a decently definitive line in there somewhere. I keep forgetting to make things featured so they're easier to find on the goddamn site when they're a bigger story. What was the line I pulled out? I'm pulling it up real quick. It was, if you want the official scoop on what Halo Studios has been working on, you won't want to miss this year's Halo World Championship. So it's like, and the initial report last year working on multiple projects. So supposedly potential CE remake, switch to Unreal 5. That's how they get their feet wet in the engine, but also working on, one could assume, either the next mainline entry or, an offshoot, or who knows? Well, that would be find out later. I think
that's the question, isn't it?
What the thing we'd hear about would be the get the feet wet, get things feeling right and looking right in Unreal Engine 5 remake.
But that's the question, right? This all looks very pretty and nice and great. And as a Halo fan that's become a Halo fan at the age of 16, right? And then grown up with that franchise. I don't know, and I'm not speaking for everybody here. Like, everybody likes their different things. And this is the problem that Halo has to juggle as a studio and as an IP, right? Is that I like the idea of, okay, well, I'm 40 now. I kind of want my campaigns to get a little bit serious. I would love a gritty, I want to see the plasma melting Marines off. I want to see that kind of Halo, right? Versus there are people like, I don't care about the campaign. I want a return to Halo 2 arena style multiplayer. Versus I don't care about either of those things. I want Forge with machinima mode so I can make movies. There are a ton of little sub communities that all have their own opinions. We've had Tom Warren reporting of some sort of Halo CE remake. I had some conversations with some friends of mine that said, it's called Project Foundry, which is a reference to a Forge, the first ever Forge map, which was Foundry in Halo 3. Or maybe it's going to be like a multiplayer-only project, and it's going to be Forge in Unreal, and it's going to be like the next online. And I'm like, that's ambitious. We all have opinions. None of us know what's what. I personally want to see a completely ground-up remake of CE. If it's going to be that, I want them to throw out. I don't want to play CE again.
Yeah.
I don't want it to be an Oblivion style paint over the top.
Yeah, because they're not going to be running UE5 on top of Blam. It's the
I don't want that.
The future of the series is just Unreal Engine, the Xbox fork of it. So if you just remastered with a graphical remake, then that doesn't actually do the goal. You could always have just made it look better with Unreal if you wanted, but then you still have the old engine. And 2001 Halo gameplay is not going to hold up for what people would want.
I've just played it too much. I want them to go nuts. Like make the Warthog first person. Go crazy with the story. Bring in elements from the book version of the Halo CE story. Like go.
The thing everyone thinks was in the game, but then you go back and play the game, and you're like, oh, there's minimal little tiny story beats to start and end each mission, and that's about it. Alongside some, it's not a bad story. It just wasn't a story focused game at all.
Yeah, they could go crazy. Whether they will, if they are going to do a remake like that, I don't know. But I can't wait to see. Can't wait to find out. So that's nice. I'm excited. I always love. I've always got time for some Halo in my life.
We got a couple super chats we might as well hit up too.
I know some lovely people. We already celebrated Andrew Seeley Bell becoming an Xbox Series supporter, so welcome to the Cool Kids Club. Dexter H with a $4.99 super chat says Xbox is dead and Multiverses is dead. Both are John's fault, and I will only probably forgive him. I'm not sure yet. Forgive me. I'm lovely, honest. I wish no one any harm apart from Multiverses. I really hate that game. It's dead now. Sherez is back with a super chat, $5. John brought about the Xbox era flu. That was last year.
So it was the next
one
part.
Was fine this year. And then the downfall of exclusivity with the Starfield article. Is John the prophet of Xbox Doom, etc.? Is that what they're asking over there? I doubt it. They don't acknowledge my existence.
No, they're too busy wanking off to the Xbox dead news stories. And they properly predicted that Jez and Tom would come out and say, what the hell are people talking about? They literally just said they're making their own consoles. They're going to have at least one more branded Xbox along with the OEMs. But people get mad. They're glazing.
I fully... I can see Abdul in the chat. Loves a bit of console warring. We know, Clue. It's okay. I missed the Xbox dead topic. I fully expect the silly drama music to be clipped by someone. Yeah.
Don't worry. Between the videos and the layoffs tomorrow, I always got to say layoffs. People get mad if you say firing because you're fired from your job, but you're really laid off because it wasn't like a whatever. Between the video and the Mike Ibarra comments, Jesus Christ, where I'll just say this about the video: please don't insult the person. I've had to push back on people in comments and on the Discord and stuff. Just disagree with the points if you think they're incorrect. Like there is some very clear, this person doesn't know or use the platform currently and is basing a lot of assumptions on how things used to work. That's very much what Mikey Bauer is talking about, is how things used to work and don't anymore, which is why he's now working at a sports gambling site. It's a very different industry, and it's been a very weird transition into it where we're already there. Like we're already in the new industry. Like a game like Halo won't sell enough Xboxes to make up not being everywhere in the future. Like it's that type of industry.
I think I'm getting increasingly bored of hearing about folks' opinion for a platform that they haven't played on since the 360.
There was
I don't care what they really have to say.
I have a challenge for you,
I
John.
can appreciate some insight, but like don't come and tell me like what's working and what's not, because like I play there pretty regularly.
I was listening to I was watching a segment of a podcast that was uploaded where the points were made that Xbox hasn't had a good game in 15 plus years, and the ones they bought don't count. That Game Pass, people used to talk about it positively all the time, but you never hear about it anymore. And this is a group of people that make way more money in a week than we do in 5 months from crowdfunding. And it's like, it's just very clear that they don't know the platform, but they feel perfectly clear and fine in talking like they do. And they have an influence on people. And it sucks having to explain how things actually work, in our opinion, because then people always take it as, well, you're defending. Yeah, and it's like, no, there's just, like, Microsoft doesn't have to fire anyone. In our minds, business-wise, they do. That's why they do it. Their entire business right now, the whole setup behind it, is fire, 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 hire, 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 hire. They actually keep hiring more people than they are firing. It's a confounding to me system. Doesn't work because every company is constantly pivoting to either try and match now the new government setups or where things are going. Like we keep talking about EA's been firing people nonstop, and they also have more employees than they've ever had before. Microsoft keeps firing more people than they ever have before, and yet they've still gained headcount. Like there's no big sexy press release for we fired 6,000 people this year, but we hired 9. Like, but the reality is they are hiring more people than they fire. But the firings come in one big swoop, and everyone goes shit. And the people who cover the industry for the most part, just ignore that because they either don't know, don't care, or it's just not a sensational enough headline to grab you an audience.
It's if you're kind of like, if you can go out there and say publicly and quite happily be like, could release, things like, they could release banger after banger, 10 out of 10 after 10 out of 10, wouldn't change a thing for me. That's what I don't get. It's like, okay, they know that. That's why they're now doing this, because they know we're third place. We're going to change the world. We're going to change the system. We're going to change it and do something different, because the definition of madness is repeating the same thing and expecting a different result. It's clearly not working. Let's go and do something new. And then people are like, it's like, well, what do you want? Because they're trying to do it your way. They tried that for 25 years. And you said no. You said publicly, no, don't like you. I don't know. Like Microsoft, because they're a massive shit company that just can shit over everything, and because they're that big, they deserve to be shat on in that way, in a lot of ways. But when it comes to that like singular lens focus of the platforms or video games, they're just always going to be the bad guy.
Yeah, there's enough to shit on with them that you don't have to make things up.
Yeah.
Like being accurate always should matter. Whether you hate someone or not, you should try and be accurate about the situation. Otherwise, you're not giving the proper news.
It's a weird world.
It's the AI thing, which we'll get into later, where most of AI is bad, but there are very specific use cases that are fantastic for the people who use them as a tool. Not trusting the CEOs or anything like that, I get, but we'll talk more about that later. But yeah, it's
sorry, I'm having a good giggle at a lot of the japes from the chat. I love our community because no one's particularly horrible here, and if you are, we just get rid of you. It's great. Like, it's our corner of the internet, and we'll do what the hell we like. Let's talk about video games. Game Pass. Wave 1 was announced this morning for July, and we see some returning favorites. We see some new stuff. The headliner being, of course, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 and 4. We've got High on Life coming back to get people ready to rock and roll for the sequel that's coming out. We've got The Ascent coming back. I feel like we should be playing The Ascent on the stream for the subathon. I want to play some Ascent. Let's do that. I also want to understand what the fuck Ultimate Chicken Horse is, because it sounds like I want to play it.
It's a party game essentially.
Okay, I'm in.
So a lot of returning, because I know a lot of people are like, wow, it's just returning stuff and Tony Hawk, and it's like, well, because the second half of July, as John and I have been talking about off stream, is unbelievably packed for releases, where we go from having almost nothing to cover in the first half to like 9 or 10 games we'd like to review as a website. And 4 of them are launching right into Game Pass, which are Abiotic Factor, Wheel World, Wu Chang, Fallen Feathers, and Grounded 2 are all going to be in Wave 2 of July. So it gives you an idea why Wave 1 was a little lesser, especially because when they've been very heavy with the waves lately, they eventually pull back a little bit to try and give people time to catch up, because time played is their main metric for Game Pass. Like, not how many people play it, but how many people play it for how long. They want you in the service playing these things. So
I'm sorry, I was just replying to an email that I feel like is a good one to go for. I'll explain after the show. We have to play this carefully. I'm it's not the best month for me, but like of those games, like I want to play Ultimate Chicken Horse. I've played High on Life, so I'm probably not going to go back to it. And I do want to play The Ascent again, weirdly. But Trials of Mana and Legend of Mana, they're not for me.
They're already in. They're just being added to Standard, which means they'll be in for a long time. I think Square does like 3-year deals pretty often, so I wouldn't be shocked. So now it's in Standard because it's going to be there for another couple of years.
Nice. So it's a nice, quiet one, but it is the
even
summer,
though nobody talks about Game Pass and it's dying and it's not the deal it used to be, it's the best year Game Pass has ever had, I think.
It's been a really good one.
And just the stuff we know is coming from first party and third party is like
we were talking earlier today, and I think last night, about who's going to be reviewing what as stuff starts to come in, because there's suddenly like a big towards the end of July, and we're like, oh god.
I know we've been saying I'm going to pull up just what I can remember. So the things I would like to do that are coming in for July, I think Abiotic Factor would be fun as a group one. I want to do Wu Chang. I wouldn't mind doing Ninja Gaiden Ragebound, which is out on the 31st. Tony Hawk, which is out on the 11th. Then there's Christ, there were multiple other ones. I never put them in my thing.
At the end of July.
Grounded 2, you and your mates. Yeah. Shadow Labyrinth is, I think, July 18th. The Pac-Man, the essentially the Bandai Namco roguelite, or Metroidvania, not roguelite, Metroidvania. Shit. I've been lax in updating. I've been updating the code request log that I maintain. Tales of the Shire, which my wife, I'm trying to talk her into doing.
Nice.
Because you're refusing like a little baby.
I'm not refusing. It's just like, I know I like Lord of the Rings, but like cozy cooking games are not typically my jam. I just probably wouldn't have as good a time.
Is that Ready or Not game? Killing Floor 3.
Oh, God.
Yeah. There's even more in here, but it's like things where I'd be like, oh, okay, we don't have to do them. But we go from having nothing to having like 6, 7 things pretty easily that I think we should try and cover, along with Wheel World. And there's too much.
There's a lot. Next up in news, Black Ops 7 accidentally leaks a bunch of details for itself from a kind of closed test that is not meant to have been public. But yeah, they accidentally released them via playlist messages where you kind of get like a screenshot and a little tip of the day. They talk about parallax, some game modes, skirmish 20v20.
They've had 20v20 before, but this one is wingsuits.
Yeah, kind of like this is apparently fans of Black Ops 2 should look forward to this.
Yeah, it's pretty much a 30 years later sequel. Yeah. With Milo Ventimiglia.
Yeah, I don't know what this parallax stuff is. Is that a map? Is that a mode? Is that a team? I don't know.
I forget.
I don't know. But it looks cool. I mean, some of the screenshots seem to have like exosuits in them.
This looks better set up than Modern Warfare 3 was as the gap year game.
Yeah.
So it might not be as like, I think Black Ops 6 was legitimately fantastic. I really loved that campaign. This one might not reach those heights because that one had a lot longer. But you never know. They got the entirety of Activision and multiple support studios behind it all the time. I remember people like, oh, maybe they'll stop the COD train as much as like, no. Best-selling video game every year. Why would you ever stop that? All these companies care about is money. Not artistic. Like, they've got other studios for art, and those studios still have to make their own money. So,
yeah. Now, in case you missed it, because I can understand it, like you'd read this headline and be like, huh? Isn't Xbox dead? But apparently Xbox's PC launcher has now got Steam, Epic, and other store integration. I think Battle.net is in there. I can confirm I've got that build, the insider build on my machine here. It's not, honestly, it's nothing particularly exciting to write home about. It's
the
library,
very basic integration of it to begin with. Yeah, it's just pulling icon files from the exes. It's going into your Steam, your Epic, and your Battle.net default install folders. It looks bad in the library. It looks fine on the sidebar. Because I think the beginning integration is for handhelds, where you only really have the sidebar. It's not reading store pages and pulling that in. It's very, hey, we've got this working. Please test it to make sure this very basic functionality of clicking this to have the exe open works. And, eventually you would think it might be more because Epic and some others are already essentially built directly into the Windows Microsoft Store. So, yeah, it's early days yet, eh?
Yeah. But yeah, it's honestly like it's a first step, and I do like that. As long as because Steam auto loads when I boot up my PC. If I click the button, I don't see Steam; it just runs the game.
I never want Steam open because it steals my controller.
I swear you can turn that kind of control setting stuff off. I never have any issues. now. I've turned it all off. But yeah, there you go. It is available on my ROG Ally as well. But this is not what I got to play with the Xbox Ally X. Nothing. It's night and day. Like, this is just a nice band-aid over a...
Yeah, this is for the Xbox
launcher.
PC app on Windows, not the Xbox OS.
Yeah, correct. So that's all fun and games. But yeah, there you go. That's out. People will experiment that. I expect improvements to come, and they'll start pulling art from the right place and all that sort of jazz, and everything will be nice. Next up in news, Jack Black's Officer Dick character is returning in both an American and a British form as part of Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 and 4. He's a British Bobby or a kind of more
Constable Richard or something.
yeah, something like that. But it's cool. Like, it's a nice nod. Like, it's fun. Like, I don't give two shits about Tony Hawk's. I know that I appreciate that a lot of people watching or listening, and you, Jesse, is a formative part of your childhood. I remember my friends playing Tony Hawk's. Couldn't give less of a shit.
Well, guess what? Comes out on the subathon day, so we're going to be playing some because I got a review it.
Cool. Okay.
Yeah, it comes out on the 11th. I don't normally expect to get Activision codes early. They tend to be day of, like Black Ops 6 was last year. So
you never know. You never know.
We'll see. If I haven't got a early code and review, then I'll normally get a day of code and work on the review while you cover the stream.
Yeah, fair. Now, the next story is probably going to get us going on a little bit of a rant.
Uh-oh.
I'll just buckle up, brace myself for this. If you missed it, The Alters, which is a game that launched, last week before last on Game Pass and everywhere else. It turns out that deep within, there are a couple of little assets that appeared to have some form of generative AI use attached.
It had so they were text, and it would literally just said the prompt.
It said the prompt in there.
And then had the text under it, yeah.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, Jesse, but this game was reviewed and people loved it and enjoyed it, and it was pretty well received, all in all. Yes?
Not anymore, John. You might have loved it before.
I've literally seen people retroactively saying this sucks now. I refuse to play it. Mm-hmm. You know, and the same goes for Expedition 33.
Mm-hmm. Which had, again, both of them, as far as I know, were just generic placeholder text or a generic placeholder image while working on the game. They're like, why wouldn't you just use lorem ipsum and all that stuff? And it's like, does it really matter?
Does it really matter?
I don't know. Like, there's a lot of bad things about generative AI and how companies want to use it and all that type of stuff. I get it. I 100% agree. The as Salesforce and others, I think, are talking about, like, we're just going to be all AI agents. We're not going to have humans at all. And then you're going to see in 6 months, they're like, well, shit, that doesn't work at all. We've got to get people who know AI back so they can use it in tandem. And that's what it's going to end up being. It's going to be all the engineers now have to just be pretty decent with AI to help them in their job. Like, but if you just thumbs and ears and close your eyes and stomp your feet on and say you will never support anyone ever who uses it, you will have nothing to support, pretty much. Like, if you want to do that, fine. You just can't force that on everyone else and be really furious and mad at them, and because it ends up feeling super performative.
It does feel a bit like, look how virtuous I am, just a smidge. Like, and the thing that bugs me about this is these are pretty small teams. Mm-hmm. In the grand scheme of things, in both of these cases, who have made exceptional games. And I don't feel like their use of...
I mean, it's actually pretty big. Almost 300 people.
Yeah. Well, that's 11-bit as a studio, though, right?
Mm-hmm. And they made this. It's Poland, though. Like, every Polish studio is shockingly large.
I don't know. I just feel like throwing them under the bus because they are using tools that are available to them is and just because it's been deemed like no by
that group of people. No, you
Well,
can't.
it's also because there's just there is so much dumb shittery from CEOs around it because it is their current shareholder carrot on a stick. They moved from Web3 to NFTs to crypto to now it's AI, and they're just shoving
and don't get me
AI
wrong.
into everything, and that has poisoned the well.
Yeah, and in the grand scheme of things, it's a stupid train to jump on, and I think all these CEOs and people are idiots. But it's not my call to make.
And there
I'm not
are
gonna
times
cut my nose off to spite my face and go, oh, that team used I don't know, ChatGPT to write a blurb of fluff for some inconsequential thing that's just background texture. Who gives a shit if the core gameplay is good? I'm not there to read most of the time. I don't know. I can understand being against taking jobs away from real people and blah, 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 blah. But I don't think that's the case here. I think these are studios working smartly with the tools that are freely allowed to be used and available to them. Whether they have to, because I know Steam has a policy, you have to make people aware if there's AI used in your game. But if I don't understand where does that line get drawn? If I used AI to develop a game or used it to help get things done, and then by the time the game shipped, the intention was that everything that was, had an AI touch it was replaced by human artists or human writers.
Mhm.
Does that count as AI was used?
I don't think it does because
I don't know, from Steam's perspective.
Yeah, I think it's more AI present. There are AI assets, or there is AI text, or AI translations and stuff. Like when you're in the game, you're going to see this, and it's going to probably generally be pretty obviously AI.
Yeah,
because there's so many slop games that just throw it out.
Yeah, Denise in the chat is saying it's mandatory to disclose it on Steam.
Yeah, but I think from their perspective, it wasn't supposed to be in there. So at that point, there would be no actual AI in the game. So which is why they're going back to immediately remove it, because there's this asset was generated with AI. Everything was human made, even if the temp before it that we were never supposed to see was AI.
Yeah. There's no difference to it between Lorem Ipsor and this, in my opinion. But whatever. What did 11-bit have to say about these accusations?
A lot of words that got people even angrier in the industry.
Yeah, a lot of words. How dare they try and explain themselves? I'll read it out a bit because we got time.
Wait, that's where it was.
They said, we've seen a wide range of accusations regarding the use of AI-generated content in the alters, and we feel it's important to clarify our approach and give you more context. AI-generated assets were used strictly as temporary work in progress during the development process in a very limited manner. Our team has always prioritized meaningful, handcrafted storytelling as one of the foundations of our game. During production, an AI-generated text for a graphic asset, which was meant as a piece of background texture, was used by one of our graphical designers as a placeholder. This was never intended to be part of the final release. Unfortunately, due to an internal oversight, this single placeholder text was mistakenly left in the game. We have since conducted a thorough review, confirmed this was an isolated case, and the asset in question has been updated. For transparency, we've included a screenshot to show how and where it appears in the game. While we don't want to downplay the situation, we also want to clearly show its limited impact on your gaming experience. So basically, yeah, we did this, but it was all meant to have been replaced and you would never have seen it. So what would it have mattered to you? In addition to that, a few licensed movies that the authors can watch in the social area of the base were added at the final stage of development. While these were externally produced, our team was not involved in the creative process, and these required additional last-minute translations. So, side note, side tangent, most games get translated into at least 13 different languages. And maybe if you're a tiny team, and according to this, they used AI to translate it. Due to extreme time constraints, they said, we chose to involve our translation partners and had these videos localized using AI to have them ready for launch. It was our intention to involve trusted translation agencies after release as part of our localization hotfix to ensure those texts would be handled with the same care and quality as the rest of the game. That process is now underway and updated translations are being implemented. And they said out of 10,000 words, 10,000 words out of 3.4 million across all languages, or just 0.3% of the overall text was affected by this.
But John, don't read the replies. So in other words, don't buy any of your games. And then if there's 3% poop in my soup, I wouldn't eat the soup. The fact that you consider to use the tool at any point, let alone actually use it, reads as a failure to me. It's just people being really mad that AI was used in any way. It's like, you're not going to enjoy almost any game moving forward.
Like,
sorry, we
off.
got caught. Oh, well, anyway. Fuck you. It's like, Jesus Christ.
Absolutely buckle
It's
up.
literally this, which is also over here. This is the thing where someone went in and read this thing you can't generally read while you're playing. And it led to all this. Because people are understandably anti-AI in the way that it's being forced on us in everything, like our AI phones and all this dumb shit that
like
they're desperately trying to find a way to
else.
sell AI to the public. They can't, but people love being angry and having other people get angry with them and feeling good that they're all the angriest.
Don't get me wrong. I think the public loves stuff like ChatGPT. I think Microsoft are completely barking up an alley that is never going to have any returns. No one cares about Copilot, Microsoft. Sorry, Satya. It's a dead horse that you are flogging. But like, you can so tell when stuff's written in ChatGPT. Like, we read a review. We won't say where. Obviously, AI. Like in every sense.
It's not even just
AI.
the M dashes. It's when something's practically a listicle. Like, oh yes, this was broken down for you by AI. This is not someone giving their opinion. This is a bunch of facts being rewritten to try and look like a human wrote it. Like, there's incredibly good use for AI in things like research and medical diagnoses and stuff like that, where it can do a ton of work really fast, and then a human goes through it and verifies it and helps. With the bad uses are where they're trying to figure out a way to make money from us on it, where they just haven't done that yet. And Satya has talked about it as much, where it's like, yeah, AI doesn't essentially make any money right now. It's super expensive to run, and there's no killer app that people are looking to pay for.
Yeah.
But you can't go so insanely over the top because there's no avoiding it being used anymore. What you should do is try and be really tough on how it's used. I don't think this instance is the thing you lose your shit on.
Yeah. But hey ho. Let's just be the adults in the room.
Yeah. And I'm sure people yell, "Oh, you must use," like, we never ever use it for anything except for all of our opening music because it was funny.
Yeah. Anyways, next up in news, Nintendo have announced some Switch price increases in Canada.
Number one,
amid
original.
all of the trade tension. This comes via Randy Robinson over at Video Games Chronicle. With Nintendo confirming it's going to raise its prices for many of its products and services in Canada due to market conditions. Affected products include the Nintendo Switch OLED, standard, light, physical and digital Nintendo Switch games, and accessories. Other Nintendo products like Amiibos and online memberships will also see price increases. The Nintendo Switch 2, along with its accessories and software, will remain at their current price points. New pricing information will be shared on the Nintendo Canada website on August the 1st. The United States and Canada have imposed tariffs on each other's goods since President Trump sparked a trade war earlier this year. Isn't it annoying when like all the rich people do stupid shit to make our lives difficult and miserable?
That is
Canada.
Every
Happy
single
Canada
war
Day.
in human history, whether economic or fighting, is rich people telling poor people to die in various ways. Either die by having no money, die by stabbing each other for reasons you don't really understand. Like that's the human race. The rich people
Hooray, aren't we great?
march you off, and then eventually, sometimes, the poor people get mad, fight back, and take out the rich people, but not often.
I did see that the illustrious King of the United States released some cologne.
Yeah, fragrances.
Called the 45 and 47 colognes. Smell of freedom. I don't know what that's going to smell like. I don't imagine
Probably
it'll smell
terrible
good.
knowing his history of products.
But thankfully, just like their hats, it'll be made in America, right?
No.
Like made, produced,
The phone is no longer made in America either.
What?
It's full of American values.
Oh, okay.
But since it was essentially, I think the the Revel 4 from LG or something like that. Like there was a phone that all of its specs matched 100%, and people were like, "Oh, you're just rebranding that." And then they went, no, they took away the Made in America part. But yeah,
Fun.
and then yeah, he the mobile network is just licensed with AT&T, who he then started immediately attacking publicly after signing a deal with them. Well, his son, he doesn't make any money. It all goes into trust, which he then gets the moment he leaves office.
It's all right, isn't it? It's all right for some. Don't worry.
Allegedly, supposedly.
All of these rich people, they're here for you. Next up in news, as we round off the last couple of items here today, we've got Bandai Namco, who said, hey, we know Summer Game Fest is over. We know Xbox had their show. We know that Capcom did theirs. Well, screw you guys. We're going to have one tomorrow. That's right. It's the Bandai Namco Summer Showcase. It's scheduled for July the 2nd.
And they immediately gave a big new game as the headliner on it with the a new My Hero Academia just listed. People are like, what the fuck?
Yeah, just like that, straight off the bat, tiny little teaser. But yep, you're going to get a new My Hero Academia. Code Vein 2 is going to be there. The Blood of Dawnwalker, Death Note Killer Within, Everybody's Golf Hotshots, Little Nightmares
Which uses
3.
AI trees. It's kind of weird because you use a speed tree.
What? An AI tree?
Yeah, they look really bad. That's how people noticed.
Wow, okay. Little Nightmares 3, which I had a hands-on with last year, and I will probably do the review for this year. Patapon 1 and 2 replay, Shadow Labyrinth, Super Robot Wars Y, and Tekken 8 are all going to be there. So you can tune in and watch. That's nice. Should probably do that if you like Bandai Namco stuff. Right? Right?
Yeah, they got good games.
Yeah, we like games. And then last piece of news for today, my friends. EA Sports, not content.
You
with
can throw in
bringing
2K.
back college-
They have also done it now.
College football, yeah. EA Sports are bringing back college basketball. Is that a big thing? I don't know. I'm out of my depth now.
It's been like 16 years, I think, since EA Sports did a college basketball game. I don't know how long it's been since 2K, but they both seem to be teasing that they might be, where the NCAA setups have finally, or you know, the organizations have finally given the okay again, now that they've actually got a way to pay everyone. Because that was the big thing, the NIL, like you can actually be paid as a college athlete now in the industry that makes billions of dollars. Though it has kind of turned it into pro sports with people changing teams and all that. But yeah, no, people are excited. They'll probably buy a lot of the first ones, even though EA has not made a good basketball game in a very long time. In fact, they just completely gave up for like a decade. It's been a long time since I remember NBA Live. Supposedly, this one isn't called EA Sports NCAA College Basketball, and it was just EA Sports College Basketball will be the name. Like College Basketball 2K is normally what the Visual Concepts one was. They were good. There were always good games from Visual Concepts, at least.
Nice. Nice.
I wish we could get NFL 2K back. God damn it.
Wow.
Freaking Madden.
Mate. Can't have everything. Yeah, that's it. That's pretty much all the news.
Tomorrow we'll probably be back for Thursday's episode on Wednesday.
Yeah, we're probably gonna move that up because of the industry going kind of like. But yeah, we'll see what happens. Like either way, if it all pans out how folks like Jason Schreier and Tom Moran have reported it's going to pan out, we're looking at some serious hits to at least one studio closure, apparently.
No one of note
board.
has ever said anything about a studio closure directly. Doesn't mean it won't happen.
I know
But
that's
yeah.
not directly.
I know.
Yeah.
Until it's direct and public, I don't care about it because it just is. It's already going to be bad enough for all the people who have been stuck waiting for, if they know Tom, a month, and everyone who knows Jason, week and a half.
Yeah.
Like, it just sucks.
It's not good.
Yeah.
It's not good. I'm sure it will be bad, but yeah, we'll be here to talk about it. So, tune in. Until then, be good to each other. Play loads of video games, because they're awesome. And don't let the idiots get you down. And if you're looking for something to do, getting a group of friends together, why not? Just to close things out, enjoy a word from our sponsors.
Ooh.
We'll see you next time.
This is Console Wars the card game. Featuring more famous video games than you can shake a stick at, Console Wars finally allows you to win a war you've been fighting and probably losing on the internet your entire life. Quit being a keyboard warrior with the warm embrace of anonymity to protect you. Now you and your friends can fight on the front lines, battling for incredible franchises, exclusivity, and eventual victory. Collect some of the most famous video game franchises of all time. Protect them with loyal and frighteningly dedicated fans. Brave the volatile video game industry and claim the ultimate victory in the console wars. Your favorite video game making mega corporation needs you. Enlist today. Head to consolewarsgame.com. Pick up a copy of Console Wars the card game, outshine your rivals, and prove that your platform reigns supreme. Out now.
Change everything you are and everything you were. Your number has been called. Fights and battles have begun. Revenge will surely come. Your hard times are ahead. Best, you've got to be the best. You've got to change the world and use this chance to be heard. Your time is now. Time is now. Change everything you are and everything you were. Your number has been called. Fights and battles have begun. Revenge will surely come. Your hard times are ahead. Best, you've got to be the best. You've got to change the world and use this chance to be